Greetings. Hi, I'm Dr. Walter Jacobson, a board certified psychiatrist. So many times, in my work, asking people what are they thinking or why did they do what they did. And this happens in relationships all the time. With your partners, you say, well, why did you do that? I don't know. I get that all the time. People say that all the time. I don't know. That's kind of like a default answer most of the time. Uh, yeah, I mean, it can be a deflection, it can be a defense, it could be that they're in denial, it could be that they do know, but they don't want to communicate or express what they're thinking and feeling. Um, but it also could be, in a lot of cases, that they don't know because they haven't put thought into it. They haven't actually thought about why they feel what they feel, and they actually haven't developed any skills at sort of doing the Socratic method on themselves, asking them the critical questions that can help them to explore their feelings, their thoughts, and come to some conclusion as to what the instigators, the triggers of their thoughts and emotions were. So what I tell people when they say to me, I don't know, I say to them, yes, you do. And I put it back on them. I give the responsibility back to them to explore, their feelings, their thoughts, to bring up. I try to encourage them to bring up, well, what happened recently, that in your life, that what was going on about the time that you made this decision. People do know. My point is that's an easy way out to say I don't know. And you need to know. You need to know why. Because if you really don't know why you're doing stuff, then you're just bumbling through life. You're part of the problem of the chaos and confusion in life. Then you're being impulsive, most likely. You're being reckless, most likely. Maybe you're doing very self-sabotaging things because you're on automatic pilot. No good. No good. You need to pay attention to your mind, to your thoughts, your feelings, and get in touch with yourself. You need to know, because if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, then you'll never be able to change. Self-sabotaging behaviors, self-destructive behaviors, behaviors that hurt other people, that are inconsiderate and unloving, behaviors that distance you and put walls up between you and other people. If you don't know what you're doing, why you're doing stuff, then you can't change. Okay, so yeah, and that's to some degree why people go to therapists and counselors and life coaches, whatever you want to call it, because they can't do it on their own. And this is another important point I want to make. So many times I am seeing partners, one member of a couple, and the other person, won't come in. The other partner won't come in. They won't get therapy. They're actually the problem. But the person who's coming in to see me, they need help dealing with the real problem. Which is the other person, since the other person is, intractable and doesn't want to change and doesn't want to see that they're the problem. So it's really important, if you want to maximize the quality of your life, maximize the satisfaction, the joy, the success, in my opinion, start figuring out what you don't know. And if you can't do it on your own, if you can't ask yourself the right questions and explore, and discover the triggers so that you can properly respond rather than respond by automatic rote behavior, then get help, get guidance from people who do this sort of thing, who give people advice, guidance, tools about how to uncover unconscious fears, unconscious belief systems, unconscious self-definitions, and how to correct them. It can be done. People ultimately don't need, that's the whole, by the way, that should be the goal of therapy, is it should be short and not necessarily sweet, but it should be short and to the point, and get people to the point where they can be their own therapists, ask themselves their own questions, regulate their own moods and anxieties without medications and without therapists, counselors, life coaches, etc. It can be done. And this long-term therapy, never-ending story, okay, that can be supportive and helpful and valuable. I'm not minimizing that, but you know, you need to learn tools if you really want to have the life that you want. If you want to have prosperity, abundance, success on all levels, right? Understand yourself first. Know thyself first. All right, that's it. Take care. Peace be with you. See you next time.